Okay guys, this is over 20 hours of work which I put into 15-minute video. Yes, I did it. So if you are struggling with building on hills or need some hot climate city inspiration, this is another episode of Green Heaven and this video might be right for you. There is a bit of layout planning, adding houses, services, including bus line, everything to make complete neighborhoods. So yeah, excuse my voice, I'm sick. Again. So let's start with the road layout. As in previous neighborhood, I wanted to follow the nature curve of the pre-placed roads around these old agriculture fields. So I replaced the road with wider one and extended the roads right towards the industrial site. And even further, but it's going to be later in the video. I tried to fill in those empty fields with very narrow one-way roads, and every now and then I placed wider roads that allow people to park on, because these very narrow roads you can park on them, and it's a bit problematic with such a lot of residents that are going to live here. I used exactly the same route as before to make it all cohesive. Boże, boli, boli. It does not look that bad from above, but it's hilly, and you will see the inclines later when working up close. I deleted some bushes. I added these rocks from my favorite rock set that blends really nicely into the hillsides. And all for a little bit of management, right? So garbage situation looks fine. We seriously lack high schools for sure. So let's place it randomly. For now, I choose those two buildings I placed before. I really lack some cool educational buildings. I need to take a look at that. Health and traffic looks good. By the way, I use auto budget mods, that's why some of these sliders are like on the edge, you know what I mean. Fire safety, on the other hand, is definitely something to work on. We have quite a lot of money as the game runs, so feeling secure about that, but not feeling secure about the fire situation, right, as you can see. In the end, I went on with this really small fire station because I feel like it fits the neighborhood area better. So about the money, I'm sure it's going to melt soon as we are going to work on the highway. Okay, so there are not any houses yet, but I think I will go with public transport already. That's the order. There is an industrial line passing by, so this is a good way to connect it to our new area and the upper one. For starters, I made two super simple loops, set up bus stops and the amount of buses. So I kind of made the first loop very quickly, just left it here, change it later. but the other one I wanted to work on right away to make it nice since it's going to be used right away, hopefully. And I was slightly worried about this intersection because there are like 4 roads connecting to one spot. I was a little bit worried on how this intersection is going to handle the traffic, but I hope it will and we can turn it into a roundabout. As you can see, they are going to turn around at this loop few times. I could make a bus stop a little bit further so they don't have to make a full turn each time, but then we would have a lot of passengers crossing the roads and we would have to have some sort of traffic lights, so there will be another issue, so let's stick with that. And this is a quick first-person ride and a little spoiler of finished area because I recorded it at the very end of playing, but you can see how it turned out and all the hills, by the way. So time for housing then. As always, using the collection of my favorite houses. It's Hilly, so we will go for the simple decor. And this is about the time for the most tedious work and place houses one by one and then rearrange them, move them closer or further and whatever. And in that build, I wanted to mix in residential and commercial shops, commercial buildings also, since we have a bit of a need for it too. I usually try to avoid placing buildings directly to the main road and prefer to hide them inside in the side streets, but I did not expect crazy traffic over there, so few houses stick to this main 4-lane road, and also I placed the commercial buildings and which are the noisiest buildings, also services, closer to the middle road for the easier access and to make it a little bit more alive with people walking around. This is what we got so far, and it's definitely messy, but trust the process. For a second, I came back to work on a layout as the traffic is definitely going to get bigger, and I wanted to replace all those dirt roads that were, put there already by map creator. I wanted to replace them with this wide 4-lane road. And also I thought we could make like a shortcut road connecting those two big areas. And I also can imagine that it's going to be part of the bigger highway infrastructure that I'm going to work pretty soon, which scares me so much. Just a little bit of traffic management, another intersection that I'm a bit scared of, but we will be fine. So it's time to actually work on detailing and give it a little bit of realism, at least a bit. So this is the high school area. I placed this bigger parking lot. I think it looks fine. And in this recording there are only like a glimpse of what I did, as it took very long time, but also it was pretty relaxing. I like that sort of, tedious repetitive work sometimes. Not ashamed of copying and pasting like whole segments of building, as it speeds the process up and keep the look, cohesive. For a high school, I went for a very simple design, something similar to what I did previously. If you don't have a time to catch up with the previous episode, but you want to see a little bit of everything, I post a lot of shorts, so you can take a look at that. I feel like this court is tennis, I think, in the background, in the back of the school, makes it actually look like a school and completes the look totally. Of course, greenery every now and then to hide some wonky spots, adding fencing, of course. And yeah, very, very simple. I did not feel like crazy creative that day, I assume. So back to copying and pasting everything, but yeah. Every now and then I added pavements close to the trees, like a little shortcut, and greenery to hide all the wonky spots, and of course for the aesthetic and make it more alive. Arranging houses which are quite boxy is also a bit difficult. I skip fencing altogether, it would be help to do this. Still some houses are wonky. I could use the building control mod to adjust houses to the terrain. It has this option, but it does not work with move it. So even if I use the building control to nicely adjusted to the terrain, when I move it around, it completely flattens out. If you know what I mean, if you know what I'm talking about, please let me know in the comment. Maybe you have a solution for that or other mod that I could use, because it adapts, and all the leveling up to the terrain is definitely going to be reoccurring nightmare of mine. So there you have it, 2200 something new citizens in total. Demand looks nice and stable. We have equal demand for each category, so I think industrial side is the next one to go. That was a short one, but hope you like it. If you did, leave a like. Thank you for keeping up, and bye!